Urlacher, senior political reporter at Politico. Boris, we'll start with you. You are a Trump supporter. You saw President Obama here making those head nods towards Donald Trump and his policies about the border with Mexico. How worried might you be once the big dog gets out of the house here and starts to swing out against your candidate?
Not worried at all. I think it's actually pretty disgusting what Barack Obama is doing. George W. Bush did not do the same thing in 2008. He did not go hard against Barack Obama or Hillary Clinton. As a sitting president, Barack Obama should be above the fray, but he's never shown the ability to do that. So am I worried about it? Not one bit. Donald Trump's success in a lot of ways has been a response to the failures of the Obama administration. So he could do whatever he wants as far as the president goes. He's a free man, but I do think he's in a way denigrating the office.
But you're disgusted. Why are you disgusted?
Because it's below really what the office is supposed to be. He's the outgoing president. He should act above the fray, but he's not doing it. He wants to get in.
Well, Donald Trump's been known to, not necessarily have the most decorum sometimes as well.
Donald Trump's not the president. Barack Obama's the president. It's the last year of his presidency.
But he wants to be.
And Donald Trump does? Sure, he's in the midst of a very heated campaign. Not talking about anything Barack Obama did during the other campaign for president he was in. Right now, he's not campaigning for anything. He should be concentrating on government.
Well, you brought up Bush. Bush did support McCain.
He supported him, but he did not do the same thing that Barack Obama did, whereas at a commencement speech or any speech out there. And Barack Obama, it's not the first time he's done this. He's been doing it for months now, where he will just, spontaneously bring up Donald Trump and say something negative about him, how, the country's not a reality TV show, et cetera, et cetera. It's unnecessary. It's not helpful. And it's not what American people want from their president. They want him to govern, not be a politician anymore.
Shane, what do you think about this? President Obama at this commencement speech, making a small portion of his speech talking about immigration, basically, in that way that we exist next to another country, the United States does. What's your take on it? You heard Boris's.
I think that Barack Obama is itching to get into this presidential race, and one of the big reasons why is his approval rating has been on the rise, right? So, yes, George W. Bush was not heavily involved in the 2008 campaign, but that's because his approval rating was terrible at the time. Barack Obama is nearing a high compared to 4 years ago. He was really at a low in 2014. He stayed out of the midterms, but Democrats and Hillary Clinton's campaign think that he is absolutely going to be one of the best surrogates to go after Donald Trump, in part because there are so few people who can actually grab a media megaphone like Trump can, and the sitting president is one of those few people.
Close, but not too close, right? Because for the Hillary Clinton campaign, there are certain issues that she may not have that simpatico with, and specifically when it comes to maybe deportations, and we're about to see another round of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders have been trying to campaign to Barack Obama's left on the immigration issue from the very get-go, and it's a really fascinating dynamic. They are absolutely trying to gin up Latino voters to get them excited about this campaign, and they're hoping Donald Trump helps their cause.
So I want to turn to this, Boris, a report just coming out from Bloomberg, and it's basically a polling of bank and business leaders, and what came of that is that the group that supported Barack Obama in 8 and 12, or really 8, and then moved to Romney in 12, are now backing, well, the Democrat this time around. As a business person, does that worry you?
Not at this point. There's 6 months to go until the election. So there's plenty of time for the Republican Party to come together and bring in a lot of those donors. Are some of them not going to be for Donald Trump? Of course. Hillary Clinton's been giving speeches in front of a lot of these people at Goldman Sachs and other banks. Donald Trump is not a puppet of those banks like she's proven to be. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I think the counter to that might be, well, they'll say, he said, I'm a business success story. Yet business leaders who are other success stories are not getting on the same train.
Which, as you well know, in business, not everyone's ever going to agree on anything, right? So people are going to have disagreements. They'll have grudges they've held for a long time. So not because you're a business person doesn't mean you're going to like every other business person.
Yeah.
So
and he's in real estate, which is perhaps different than the spaces
real
there.
Estate, finance, banking, the venture capital. There's different people within business. But I do expect overall the business community to back Trump.
Quickly, you do, Shane. What's your perspective on this as we look at the key business community because of not only what they represent as voters, but what they can fund and how they're shifting from one party to another, and it looks like the Democrat right now?
One of the only things you can never get back in a presidential campaign is time, and Donald Trump has not spent the last year and a half wooing Republican business leaders in the donor community. He has shunned the donor community. Now, this was a strength in the primary, right? He said he wasn't taking people's money. He was self-funding. He did raise money through sales of hats and the like, but he didn't woo these folks. And now he wants them. He's going to raise money for the Republican Party, and he's starting from behind a little bit. So yes, some of them may end up siding with Hillary Clinton. Some of them may come to Donald Trump, but the problem he has is they may not come to him fast enough.
But a lot of the big names like Sheldon Adelson already came out and said he's going to give $100 million or more. A lot of the big oil names, big real estate names in Texas are coming around, and you don't need that long to write a check. So I expect it to be fine. There's plenty of time again between now and the election.
You're talking about that op-ed that Shelley Adelson had written as well in support of Donald Trump. We wish we could add more time. Boris Epshteyn, thank you so much, as well as Shane Goldmacher. Appreciate it. You'll be joining us later for more on the Democratic race. So I'll talk to you both later, and thank you for sticking around so far today. Turning now to the Democrats.